Alright, in continuation of the previous video where we talked about what exactly Git is and where you can download the workbook, do the lab hands-on. So now it's time to do the first setup wherein we'll be creating a repository. We'll play with some Git basic commands, uh, and to do so, we'll create one local project folder with initialize Git there, and we'll add a file and see what's uh, what's the status. So let me first go ahead and do the very first thing. We'll create a local project folder. So in order to do so, I'll jump onto my repositories here. We have all repositories that you see on the GitHub. We have the same here as well. So let's say I'll go back here, and here I'll create a new folder that's called folder demo for Git. All right, this DeFi. So this is my first folder. What I'll do here is, since I already installed Git, but for you, just follow the Git instructions. Go here, open the next tabs, say Git download, and Git install. If you have the Windows, and download the latest version of the Windows, like you always do for the every other software. So this is the same. So make sure when you install it, you install the Git Bash accordingly. And once it is done, you come here and right click on this where you have created the folder. Basically you just go into the folder. This folder is currently empty. Show more options, and you would see the git bash here. You can do anything from here. Right now it says master branch, but we don't have anything here. But I have showed you to work on the local folder, but I'll show you when I create the folder. I will not no longer be working with this local folder. How? Why? I'll cover this up. So what I prefer is, instead of doing the git bash, I have the visual studio code. You can also download it, like we downloaded git. It is same. Just go ahead and google it and download the latest version of it. Now from here I'll say open folder. I will jump onto the just a second. Let me go ahead and do it here. Come here, and in the public I should have the folder with demo for Git. Sorry about that. Let me simply just select it and select this folder. So currently I don't have anything underneath, just the empty folder, no file here. So what we are going to do next is what we see on this. So we have git hyphen hyphen version. So what I'll do is, in the studio code, I'll open the terminal, come here on the top, say terminal, new terminal. By default it is taking PowerShell. I'll go ahead and select the drop down and say git bash. All right, I'm now into my local folder, and with the, it says master here, but when I create the remote repository and then try to pull or clone it, it would be main repository here. But again, I'm not covering that part, so I'll skip for now. Here what I'm going to do next is, I'll check the git version, git hyphen hyphen version, like this, and it says I have git version 2.39.1, and that's for the Windows version. So our first command is done. Next command is git config hyphen global, and then the username I say bestify. I'll hit enter. It says key does not exist. Key does not contain a section. And why is it so? Because I already have it configured with my username here. With the username is get bestified. So if I try this up, it will work. However, since I have already configured it, I'm not going to do it. But make sure when you do it, you should have the account created first on the github.com. Right, once the account is created, whatever username you have there, just type it here, and then the next command would be user or email. So configure git config hyphen hyphen global, and your next command would be you, email. So whatever email I have, I'll put my email here and then hit enter. it will be configured like this. So I'll clear this up and I'll say let's go ahead and initiate git here, and let me see and try to initiate git with the command git init. So once your email and the username configured, just say git init. It has initialized the repository, so if you come to the local, you will see .git here. Okay, so now we have created git, we have initialized the repository. Next thing we are going to do is to check the status whether we have any file here. But since we haven't created it, so how would we check it? Let's create a file with that and see how it works. I have already created git init. Let me first say git status, and it says we have nothing, no file created and nothing, and that's how it should be because we haven't created it. So let's create a new file. So this is lab1. All right, lab1. I have created the file here, lab1. Let's say lab1. Let's say this is the Python script, not Python script, but it could be anything like txt, right? Any text file. So I have created a text file here, and now I'll say lab1 for get operations. I have saved it, and now if I run the git status, we are getting some different message. It says untracked files, right? Since we have created file, now we have come on to the untracked file. So you must be thinking of what is tracking, untracking, right? So we'll cover this in our next section. The next section is all about tracking files and commits, like I showed you earlier. This would be our next section where we would be understanding what tracking means and what happens when do we run these commands.